Hot diggity. What's up?
We're alive.
Welcome back.
We're alive.
Since I just was there. How's everybody doing? It's been so long since I've seen you all. At least 10 minutes. So
I'm just checking something out. We've I actually have our stream hooked up to Rumble.
I noticed that.
So it's being broadcast to Rumble. I'm just checking it right now, and it's there.
Wow.
I just have to remember to end the live stream on Rumble after we end it here because it'll just keep going.
There you go. It'll keep rumbling.
Rumbling and bumbling.
Oh, that's good. Straight out of, ELO for me. Rumbling and mumbling. The Ballad of Horace Wimp.
And I'm using my PC for the first time to stream. So I'm trying to make sure everything is right. I think everything is good.
Okay.
Seems to be. Don't stand up. I'm not sure what that means. Don't stand up still live. I think we're missing something there. Kurt Bradshaw's here. Television Gamer. Blake Snow.
Yeah.
PJ.
Hey, GoGameGo is here.
Yeah. How about that? Very good.
So, yeah. So, Jeff, I found this earlier. I found this at the dollar store. ESPN Films. And it's got, I don't know what these are all about because the text is very small. And, but it's called Catching Hell, Charismatic. They have the Fab Five, Herschel, and Renee. So.
Okay. That's not the 30 for 30 stuff, right? It's like just regular documentaries.
Yeah, I guess. I guess so. I need my magnifying glass. I'd say glasses, but that's just not enough. Oh, you know what? I have one right here. Let's see if I can use it while we get into things. So I've been playing some Monster Lair on the TurboGrafx.
Cool.
So I'm eager to I'm getting real close here, but I'm looking forward to sharing.
I just put on about 15 ROMs onto the launch box for TurboGrafx.
Really?
A couple hours ago. Yeah.
Oh. Have you played Monster Lair in a while?
I don't think I've ever played it.
Oh, really?
Let me see if I have it on Launchbox here. If not, I'll have to. If not, I'll add it.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Let's see.
Now, let me ask you this.
Is that a Hue card or a CD?
A CD.
CD.
In Launchbox, can you still do the, like the turbo switches and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's the same controller.
Same controller. Okay.
I do not have Monster Lair. I'll have to add it.
Well, you're gonna have to rectify that.
What I like about
just don't rectify it, just rectify it.
What's cool about the ROMs is a lot of these TurboGrafx ones that were Japanese only have English patches now.
Oh,
because I did that video earlier this week or over the weekend. Gekisha Boy, that's a Japanese only game.
Yeah,
and I found an English patch. Now I can actually read everything that was going on.
Oh, fantastic!
Which is really cool.
That is cool. That's totally bitching, as I would say.
Oh, I need to add Monster Lair.
So this Catching Hell is an Oscar winner. Alex Gibney brilliantly explores the phenomenon of scapegoating through the lens of two infamous moments in sports history. Steve Bartman's ill-fated incident and Boston Red Sox first baseman Bill Buckner's fateful error. So it's made in 2000.
I always felt bad for Bill Buckner because he was a heck of a player, and all anyone remembers is that play. But he was a heck of a hitter and a great first baseman for years and years of the Cubs.
And one little error.
Yeah.
Charismatic is together an unlikely colt named Charismatic, and his jockey, Chris Antley, became the biggest long shots in 59 years to win the Kentucky Derby. The Fab Five is one of the most famous and infamous teams in college basketball history. Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, Juwan Howard, Jimmy King, and Ray Jackson arrived at the University of Michigan in the fall of '91 and electrified the game.
So Monster Lair on TurboGrafx is actually Wonder Boy 3.
Oh.
Interesting.
Intriguing story of Renee Richards, who battled to enter the 77 U.S. Open. Very interesting. So there we go.
Oh, last night we went to see Barbie.
Oh, did you? What'd you think?
I loved it. It was great.
Most people are liking it. I won't ever go see it, but most people are liking it.
Why won't you see it?
I watch films differently than other people, and I don't think I'm gonna
watch them differently. What do you mean?
Like I certain things are like the new Guardians. A lot of people really like the new Guardians movie, and I'm just like, I don't ever have to see that again. Just because I don't know. I don't know.
I've never seen any of those films.
The first one is really, really good. The second one is okay. The third one was better than the second.
I fell asleep during the first one, and
that's crazy.
Never went back to watch it.
That is wild that you fell asleep.
Yeah. Not that it was bad. I don't know. I just fell asleep.
Yeah. I don't know. I love that movie.
Plus, I'm not into those comic book movies or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. PJ, yeah, I hear you. Yeah. The new Guardians, the 3 is an animal snuff film. It's just, I don't know. It's tough to watch. Yeah. I don't know. I watch them. I just watch them through an eye of narrative of what they're pushing these days and what, the messages there are and how we're like, films aren't getting more intelligent. And I don't quite know what we're supposed to be saying anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, the Barbie movie, the art direction was crazy. It was really cool.
I have heard that it's, like a gorgeous film, in its effects and design. So that's cool. That's cool. They just didn't make that film for me. It's not I don't have anything against seeing it. It's just, a lot of people don't go see a lot of movies, and it's just because they just don't think it's a movie that's right for them. And that's me. Same with the new Indiana Jones. I've had a couple of people close to me who are like, "Oh yeah, man, I really liked it." And I'm like, "Well, okay, because I will never see it. I won't touch it." So,
try to look up chat here. See what's going on.
I know. I was looking through here too. Well, they're just different.
Hey, yeah. Michael Hayes is here.
Yeah.
Welcome, Michael.
Yeah, it's a tough, and then they deal with, even human trafficking in that movie too. And it's just like, okay. So they deal with all this stuff, and it's supposed to be taking place in the future, and they're dealing with the same thing still, and there's no resolve. That's kind of my big thing. I'm just getting tired of the no resolve. It's just like, oh, it's okay. It happens.
See Mental's here.
So that's usually from where I'm coming.
Hey, we got 6 people watching on Rumble. Very nice.
Fantastic. Yeah, I was talking about all these films that I picked up at the dollar store and how I'm going to try to start going through those too. And then if I don't make it through, do you have a movie, Jeff, that you pushed through? I know you historically have not seen a million films like myself, but
not at home.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm in a theater, I'll just finish it. But
yeah,
like the new Turtles movie I was talking about a few weeks ago, I just 10-15 minutes in, I was like, I'm not gonna like this. And it's like, I don't have enough time. I can't waste that kind of time. I can't waste 2 hours watching a movie I don't like.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's why I haven't watched the Cardinals this year, because they stink, and I can't give them 3 hours a night when they stink.
Right.
I don't have the time.
Good point. Yeah,
I'll check in next year, see how they're doing.
Better luck next year, guys. Hey, wait a minute. We're only in yeah.
If you're gonna stink, then I'm not gonna watch.
No.
Too many other things going on.
Well, and that's what we have to do. That's just good business, right? That's what we do in business. If you're not doing well, we don't watch.
Nope.
So you have to do better in choosing who you're getting. And whether that be the manager or the players, whatever it is, you have to be more careful. Did you see Moneyball, Jeff?
No.
I even have the book. I'm getting down the line here. I'll be to read the book, but it was an interesting movie. I think it's something you might like because it's based on true events.
Yeah, the A's of the 90s, 80s, maybe.
Yeah. Still have St. Louis soccer. That's rocking it. Yeah, a lot of people are digging that, and it's new. We'll see how long it lasts. I hope it lasts. That'd be great. Just got to be careful.
The problem with soccer is you can't watch it unless you subscribe to Apple TV Plus and subscribe to MLS.
That's what's so
big. It's a hefty monthly commitment, and I'm just not doing it.
No, and it's just stupid. You're like, why are you making it so elitist to watch a brand new sport here in town? People just aren't going to do it. I have to try these. I bought these today, Jeff. Do you like Sour Patch Kids?
I don't like sour candy.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh. Or fruity flavored candy. I'm pretty much just chocolate.
That does it. Every bit of candy I buy for you from now on is going to be sour. Oh, you can't. Oh, that's right. You don't like it. I'll keep it. I'll eat it.
Yeah, the Cardinals, they had Whitey Herzog, then Joe Torre, and then Tony La Russa, which are the guys they should have for an organization as good as this.
Yep.
And since Russa, we've had Matheny, rookie manager, Schilt, rookie manager, and Marmol, rookie manager. Why are they hiring rookie managers? I don't understand that.
90 minutes and 0-0 score.
Yes.
Feel like the Bat-Bee movie. Oh, the Bat-Bee movie? Did they Barbie and DC got together?
They got together. Yeah, it was an interesting story. The movie was an interesting story, really.
Yeah, and it probably tops all the other movies for saying patriarchy.
Yeah, but that was a sarcastic thing.
No, I get it. I'm not saying anything about it. I'm just saying. I know it says it a lot.
It's there's stuff later in the film that balances that out, and I can't say what it is because then I'll give it away.
Yeah. Yep. I would see. Okay, so here's another thing. I would see a movie called Bat-Bee. Yeah. Anatomically correct. Was Margot Robbie anatomically correct?
Well, here's my answer. She was not, Pete. Not bad, but not Barbie.
There you go. Simplistic comments. No, I don't have to.
I tried watching Rumble just now, but it won't let me comment because my account is not verified. I couldn't figure out how to verify my account, so I'm back on YouTube. There you go.
There you go. I feel you, Michael, because I was trying to do some things today to get into doing hammer away stuff, and I'm like, oh dear Lord, it's like you need this password for this, and then you need this for that, and they're like, then I was trying to get back to this because normally this is already here. It's already loaded up. It's ready to go. But somehow, due to how my computer had to shut down or whatever, it kicked out all of the things that it already knows. And all the defaults went away. And I had to get a hold of Jeff to get a code for today. I'm like, ugh.
Saboteur. What is Rumble? Rumble's a YouTube type application. I mean, we're not moving from here. It's just on Wednesdays, I'd like to do a simulcast, kind of like we put it on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Just trying to reach more people. Hopefully they'll eventually come over here and sub.
What's up, Fastback?
Fastback. I just saw you over in Rumble. What's going on? You're all over the place.
But yeah, here's my other thing too about going to see the movies. Barbie's already an iffy thing for me, so I'm not interested in seeing it. But but beyond that, there may be a day when I do watch it. It's not like the Rise of Crap Walker. That I have no interest in, just because of what they did prior to that and in that. So the Barbie movie stands alone on its own, and I may end up watching it one day. I don't know, but I don't like going to the theater anymore. So if I'm going to go to something that's iffy for me, there's no fargan way I'm going to go to the frickin' theater to see it, because I'm sick of dealing with people's actions at a theater.
I was just thinking when we were there, how much better the movies are going to the movies now than it was when we were a kid, because you don't have to go in there and fight for a seat. They tell you you pick where you want to sit, which is nice. I love that. There's bathrooms all over the place.
Yep.
Not just the one. Yeah. But I mean,
you fill and refill your own drink.
Yeah, you can.
You know, you get a all you can eat popcorn.
Hey man, I ate a lot of popcorn. Let me tell you.
Oh, I'll tell you what, dude. Amen to that. Amen to that. So I mean, good. I'm glad, and I'm glad you would watch it. I am not going to watch Ashoka. No, Ahsoka is not on my list to watch.
What's Ashoka?
It's Ahsoka. It's one of their. It's the character with the long, the alien. She has the long things off of her head, and they're striped. And she's a Jedi, and she's been in some of the other films, and she's played by Rose. What's her name? PJ. Who's the actress that plays that character? She was in Rent, which I'm going to go and see tomorrow night. But yeah, people just in the theaters, they can't keep it together. They're there to watch a movie that's in English, but they don't understand the English words that are on the screen saying, "Don't look at your phones. Thank you, Rosario Dawson." Yeah. So that's who plays that character. And no, I'm not interested. especially with everything that they've been doing to all the different characters. No, I'm not.
Hey, Pierre's here.
I just, yeah. So if I'm sitting there trying to make it through a film and also dealing with people that don't know how to act in a theater.
Well, we don't go that often, so we haven't really run into any problems like that. But
I always do.
We don't go very often.
And we don't either. And
we went yesterday because it was like $5 Tuesday or whatever.
Yes, exactly.
Which is cool.
Yes. Yep.
That's always nice.
Every time I got somebody getting on their phone. The last time we went, somebody had their 3-year-old walking around in there. In the same row as us.
That's weird.
Until I finally said, really? You need to get him out of here.
So they showed a trailer for a new Wonka movie.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I like the trailer.
Okay.
I like the idea behind it. An origin story. It's not attached to any kind of book or anything. This is all new stuff.
Well, it's like a prequel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's when he was basically as a kid. It's how he becomes Willy Wonka, it's chocolatier.
It's the kid from Dune. Yeah, Fastback. I'm skipping Blue Beetle too. I don't trust any of that.
Oh yeah. Blue Beetle was on there too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What theater do you usually go to, Stuart?
We go out to the streets of St. Charles.
I'm not familiar with that one.
You haven't heard of that one? It's where the Ark used to be.
Oh, Noah's Ark.
Yeah, it's where that whole big complex thing now that they have in there.
I never went to Noah's Ark, but I miss it. It was always fun to see it when you ride by.
I know. It was really cool. You wonder if one day somebody's going to get a wild hair in their ass and rebuild one. The plans are in the Bible. And then you never know. We might have a big flood right after they finish it.
I was wondering, I went to look at Rumble and it's way off the time. I was like, what's going on? It wasn't on my thing. It wasn't on live. So on my view. It's by Tucanos. Okay.
Okay.
I don't remember a theater being there.
Yeah. It's tucked right in there. You drive through all the different like Bar Louie and all that stuff, and right down that main drag, and there it is. It's on your right. Noah's Ark floated away again.
Yeah.
Well, it was pretty cool.
So keep floating.
I think we went once. I think I went there once. But it was a big restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So one of her brothers was friends with the guy that owned Noah's Ark.
Shut your mouth. Wow.
Where is Lance? Yeah. Where is Lance?
Yeah, I know. Where is Lance?
He must be working.
Something. I was just thinking about him earlier.
I think the summertime is big for racing, so he can't make it here as much.
I wonder if they just put it in the river and floated it over to Kentucky. Right.
So the animals are in Newtown in St. Charles from Noah's Ark. Newtown, it's a neighborhood, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I was just talking to somebody. Who was that? I was just talking to somebody who moved from Newtown. Who the hell was that? The billboard legs. Oh, wow. Right in the middle of his yard. Oh. It's in St. Louis, shouldn't they have Noah's Arch?
Well played.
Well played. So, Jeff, what's the worst experience you ever had in a theater when you were out there watching a movie? Have you had one?
Oh, I'm sure I did a long time ago, but I haven't had any in a long time.
Nothing that you're like, oh, well, let me tell you this one.
I mean, I've had it where people were behind me, and I guess this is probably before the new type theaters, and they would keep kicking the back of the seat every so often, like they're changing. It's like, oh God, come on. Or but all this is actually like old theater stuff
Hmm.
where you were kind of crammed in. You didn't have the big spaces in between, and you have some guy behind you just munching away like a slob. I'm like, oh God, come on.
Yeah.
Smacking his lips on it, licking his popcorn butter fingers. I'm like, come on, dude.
The people who have their
Yeah. But I have noticed, since years ago when they've kind of switched over to the stadium seating, then they even got better. You got so much space in between.
Yeah.
The last few times we've gone to Galaxy and
no problems.
It's been pretty nice. Like to the point where when you get up and walk through, nobody really has to move. You can just walk right through the aisles. It's great.
Yeah, it should be like that most of the time, but I've had it where people are like, "Oh," and you're like, "You can make it through, whatever." Okay,
we forgot to talk about this yesterday after the movie. Yeah, someone behind me and like to my left just let one rip. That was really loud. We were far enough away. I didn't have to smell it.
There is just something about when somebody just, and you're like, "Are you serious right now?"
Yeah, Pete, it was not the shoes because we could hear it, but we couldn't smell it.
It was not the shoes. Yeah, it wasn't the smell. It was the sound. I mean, sometimes you have students that do that. Just, and you're like, seriously? All you got to do is go out in the hall and do that. So I think, let me see if I can think of my top 3. This is why I don't like going to the theater. Stories.
Yeah, beautifully renovated classic movie theater from the 40s here. It was the only theater I would go to. It burned down. I haven't been to a theater since.
Wow.
Now, did they redo it, Salvatore? So you had the nice seats? Or how did they do it? Because they wouldn't have had, did they redo it with stadium seating and all that?
Yeah. That's why I love IMAX. Me and my friend usually buy 5 tickets for the 2 of us, so we are untouched by general public. Very good, PJ.
Oh, that's a good
call.
Great strategy.
It's like buying the seat next to you in a plane.
It was so loud, I thought it was Jeff. Well, that's a compliment, I guess. It was not me, because when it happened, I did one of these. I was like, but again, the seats are so tall now. When you look over, you can't even see anybody.
No, you're just looking at the back of your seat. Oh Lord, that's classic.
Oh, cool. They got the seats on.
Yeah.
I guess is the Tivoli here like that? Like is it even open? I don't even know if it's open. I haven't been there in years.
I think the last time I was there was when you were there.
Salvatore hasn't been to a theater since 1940.
That's like the old man that looks at the cop. I've been driving for 50 years. Well, don't you think it's about time you pulled over and took a rest?
Last movie Salvatore saw was when they brought Gone with the Wind back as a discount because it's so old. Here it is. Last year's film.
I just got that movie. It was in those boxes. Oh my God.
I don't think I've ever actually properly watched it. I mean, it was on TV a lot when I was a kid.
Probably the runner-up situation is always people looking at their phones. That drives me nuts. But then probably number 3 is people talking through the film and just thinking there is no problem with that.
Yeah, or asking questions.
Asking questions.
Just watch the film.
We're watching the same damn film. Keep your eye on the screen. I'm sure they got an answer for it. And if they don't for you, wait until you're having dinner later and discussing the film and ask somebody what that meant.
PJ, anyone here been to an Alamo Draft House? I have not. We actually have one here in town.
We do.
I haven't been to it, though.
And we have a gift card for it. And we went to one in Chicago by Wrigley Field. They have one there by Wrigley Field.
I heard they're really nice.
It is nice. And the cool thing about them is they're creative too, where they have all these old posters in the hallway. Well, speaking of which, Xanadu was released, right? Lance was telling us about that. Xanadu was released today or yesterday. Yesterday. All the way back in 1980. They had a poster of it, but they had all kinds of cool posters, like some stuff you wouldn't think about. Like I wouldn't doubt if one of them had a Megaforce poster, just because they picked some of these interesting films. Like they had Drive with Dennis Weaver that was based on the Stephen King book. So anyway, they have all these posters and all this cool stuff and like old videotape artwork, like they're stacked. And then you get into the theater and they're running, if you arrive early, they're like running little things that they've compiled to be played before the movie you're going to see. So like Logan went and saw The Batman, and they had all kinds of the classic, all the Batman stuff through the years. They had a whole montage of Batman stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Blake, there's one in the city.
It's down by the Foundry.
Yeah. For me, that's not a great location.
No. Blake definitely wouldn't go.
I'm sticking in the county.
Yeah, that's the way Blake feels about it too.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go, I think. Either that or we'll take our gift card with us and go see a movie there this weekend because we're gonna go see our son. So I don't know. But yeah, it's tough. But the number 2 is when people bring the little kids. It happened that way with the last film we saw, when they brought the 3-year-old in. And then there was a couple years ago when we saw one of those long Lord of the Rings films. Somebody had like their 2-year-old in there and they're going, shh, shh. I'm like, what are you? Just get out of here. Get your kid out of here. You're freaking them out. They're in
when the kids are acting up, man, that's terrible.
Well, yeah. Well, and what do you expect? They're in a dark room with a bunch of strangers in a movie they don't understand. And that's scary as hell when the Balrog shows up. You're like, what are you doing? And now you're just sitting there shushing them. So that's number 2. The number 1 was when the dude next to me took his son and daughter, and the daughter didn't want to be there. And they were maybe 10, 11, 12 in that age. And maybe she was even a little younger than that. She might have been 8 or 9. And then he fell asleep. But did he fall asleep next to them? No, he fell asleep across them. He laid across on his children and slept through the movie. It was a Spider-Man movie. I just about flipped out.
Man, if you want a movie to sleep to, you should have gone to English Patient. That was a great one to sleep to.
The Piano.
Oh. God. English Patient, that may have been the worst. That was one of the worst movies I've seen.
How about the Piano Patient?
As far as, worst movies as far as one that's considered a great movie.
Right.
What a snooze fest. Jeez.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's, yeah, I don't know. But those are the reasons. And I can't escape it. There just seems to be people like this everywhere I go to see a movie. So I don't like going.
Yeah, Stuart, as long as the kid's not sleeping on you, what do you care? That'd be great when he had someone next to you just fall asleep on you.
I've had people tell me that people have done that. They don't put that in television shows and movies for no reason. Legends of the Fall was the worst movie that I saw in the theater, and people liked it for some reason.
I've never even seen that movie.
We own it. I've seen it. It's no Dr. Zhivago, but it's one of those kind of epic films where you travel with a character all the way through to this point, Dr. Zhivago, though, have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Real romantic films, good film. And Patton was a good film.
Also romantic.
It was. He was in love with war. And that was the thing about Patton. They were, in the movie, they really portray it as, what the hell's he going to do when he's not in war?
Well, I mean,
is he going to wig out, or will he be able to exist in the regular world with no war?
Well, when you think about it, those guys, that's their business is war.
It is. Yeah. I wish I could have him down in my basement right now helping me with the war to end all wars. He'd probably have plenty to say. So, yeah.
My mouse is tied up in knots. Jeez.
Oh, man.
No, I do not have a wireless one.
Naughty mouse.
Jeez.
All movies requiring intermissions, too. Yeah. Chariots of Fire was rough, but at least it had Vangelis's theme music. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Has anybody ever seen the movie Thief with James Caan? Tell me if you've seen that. That had one of the great bands that do soundtracks is Tangerine Dream. Great stuff. If you like Vangelis, check out Tangerine Dream. They did Thief with James Caan, and it was a Michael Mann film, so he did Miami Vice. So bring intermissions back. Didn't they have one in Oppenheimer?
I thought they didn't. I thought that's what people were up in arms about.
They were saying that they didn't have one.
Yeah.
That's what's so interesting about the Patton film. On my DVD, it says intermission. You're watching it. It goes to an intermission on the DVD.
Yeah, I think I got one version of 2001 Space Odyssey where it actually has the intermission on it.
Yep, I think that's right. I think I remember.
I don't think they all have it, though. I think for the most part, they just cut it out because I guess they figure, well, you're at home. You can just pause when you want to.
I know, right? But what a great way to know where to pause, They're like, oh, intermission, pause.
I pause when I have to go to the bathroom.
Always. Yeah, Risky Business. Very good, PJ. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they also did Sorcerer, which had Risky Business, of course, Tom Cruise and Rebecca De Mornay. I was thinking about watching that recently. Yeah, they did that, and Sorcerer with Roy Scheider. I don't think I've ever seen the movie, though, Sorcerer, but I own the soundtrack on vinyl. HBO had intermissions in the early days. Yep, I remember that. I love that set that they made where they brought in the miniature. They had the miniature and they brought that camera in and went through the little town and did the theme for HBO. I love that. And I love the behind the scenes film they did about that. I wouldn't mind intermissions. Pee break needed after popcorn and drink. Absolutely. I wish there, hey, good call, CC, because there's a lot of people that would probably buy more because there's people that don't buy concessions because they're like, I'm going to have to pee. So maybe that's the intermission is good for that. They'd sell more because people could go, I'll just pee at the intermission. Yes, I'd like a Coke, please. Make it a large. So they'd say it just like that. I think Jeff would go in. No, Papa Pete would go in and he would order it like the skipper. I'd like a frozen Coke, please. Give me a frozen Coke. I was watching that. And you know what? He didn't do that until the third season. And in the third season, the other thing they did in Gilligan's Island is they started off with a scene. It didn't start with the theme. It would start with a scene first, and then it would go to the theme song. Not until the third season, though.
Huh, interesting.
Do you know they got canceled because they wanted to put something else in? It wasn't even that the show wasn't doing well. The show was doing great. And they had something else they wanted to put in and move, and so they cut it. They're like, oh, so you're just going to move us? And they're like, no, we're just getting rid of the show. Okay. And here's the show. And it I wonder, like I say, everything happens for a reason. I wonder if it happened like that it's lasted all these years and has never been off television. It has always been on in reruns. And I wonder if that's because it didn't have a chance to die badly or jump the shark.
Yeah, I mean the quality was the same throughout.
Mm-hmm. So it was like the Police, they stopped after 5 records, and their 5th one was their best. The 5th one was their most popular. I'm not saying it's the best, but it's the most popular.
I like the Police.
So,
not a big fan of that band.
Me too. Did you ever see them live?
No, I don't like them.
You what?
I don't like them.
Oh, you don't like the Police?
No, not at all.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were saying you liked them. Wow.
No, and for some reason, on what's that? Oh, First Wave on Sirius XM.
Okay.
They play the Police all the time, and I don't consider them a new wave band at all.
Yeah, they were that punk new wave time frame. I can't say that they were. I wouldn't. You're right. I wouldn't say it. They were closer to punk than they were new wave. But some of their stuff, I suppose, I would call it power pop. So I assumed they were canceled because they wanted to bring in Gilligan's Cousin Oliver.
Could have had Ginger and Marianne have a baby, I guess. Police were Chuck's favorite band when he was a kid. How about that?
Wow. There you go. What's your favorite? What's your top 3 favorite Police songs, Chuck? I like, I don't know. They have a lot of them that I really like. But the first song that comes to my mind is So Lonely, for whatever reason. My dad, it drove him nuts at the office one time years ago. He says, I heard that song at the office about drove me nuts when they did Message in a Bottle. And it's like, sending out an SOS. Anybody know how that song ends? What's the last words in that song? Anybody?
I never made it to the end.
Don't ask me. Never made it. Just like episode 3 of Frasier.
Brought that right back around to the movie.
But the girl working at Buff City Soap talked it up. Well, there you go.
Every time I see that sign for Buff City Soap, I think it says Buff City Soup. And I'm like, ooh, a soup place. And I think, oh, no, it's soap.
Ooh, a soup place. Wonder if they got a soup Nazi in there. Goo Goo Goo. No, that's not the last words of the song, Pete. Sending out an SO Blue is what he says at the end of it. It's kind of interesting. Wrapped Around Your Finger, Every Breath You Take, Synchronicity 2, Synchronicity 1, King of Pain. Top 5. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, those are all good. I'm steeped in the old stuff. Like I like Demolition Man is really the older stuff. Every Breath You Take is that. I'm sorry, Wrapped Around Your Finger. Wow, yeah, that's all Synchronicity. That's it. So okay. So all your favorite stuff was on Synchronicity. Yeah. So Lonely, Can't Stand Losing. So Lonely came to my mind right away. Don't Stand So Close to Me. Yeah. Which is what? When was that revived? Come on, PJ. Where, and also where's, who else has usually got my back on all the music stuff? Are they here? They're not here though. Anybody? Anyone? Don't Stand So Close to Me was reprised in what song? Go listen to House of Love, especially their debut album. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just listening to that today, their debut album. It's one of my favorite albums of all time.
Roxanne. There's Brian. Hi, Brian. Too late. There was also another band that I remember also Mr. being compared to, like, the guy looked, they were like, oh, he kind of looks like Sting. You're like, well, he really doesn't. He's a handsome dude, he's blonde, he plays bass, he sings lead, but I don't know. And some of their goofy songs were pretty cool too. Like, what's the one that Stuart Copeland had? That was like My Girl Sally was fun. That was an Andy Summers tune, I do believe. My wife just what is it? On Any Other Day. That was a great song. Police involved, they asked goofy questions. Still looked a lot like the Crow. Stings looked a lot like the Crow. Ready to move. Uh-oh. Whoa. Take it easy with that. Take it easy. So anyway, Don't Stand So Close to Me had a reprise with Dire Straits. That's Sting singing I Want My MTV to the melody of Don't Stand So Close to Me. Be careful. Chuck said, be careful. Another band that somebody was thinking about at one point, Keishi was saying this. They got it kind of quietly. It was like in a paper, just a plain paper wrapper. Was a band called Big Sun. And they had an album and it had a song on it called Stop the World, I Want to Get Off. It's really, really good. And they were guessing maybe it was the Police. Did you like the 86 version? Well, I did. I actually, Big Block, I played that on the radio. I was a DJ working on a radio station serving the tri-state area of Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois when that came out. And I learned all about it later. It was it was a real shit show when they did that. They were supposed to do a brand new song, and then they were supposed to get together and record, and then Sting dropped the bombshell that they were going to do a remake of Don't Stand So Close. We're not doing a new song. He's like, we're going to do a re-recording of Don't Stand So Close to Me. So Stuart Copeland was not happy about that in the first place. And then he showed up on the day they were supposed to record with his arm in a sling. And he'd been playing polo the day before. And he fell off the horse and hurt his arm. But he still could play. He says, I got it. I can do this. And he actually recorded all the drum parts, and then Sting replaced it all with the drum machine. So he was quite pissed. The local strip club back in the 90s, they used Don't Stand So Close to Me, so strippers knew. Get in trouble for dancing too close, touching. Oh, wow. Man, oh man. Slap a mailing label on it. That's going to be one hell of a mailing label. That's what was kind of weird today when I got my bass strings. It just had the label on it. So that they didn't even put this in a package. It just showed up like this on my doorstep with a label on it. It's so weird. So weird. Sounds great. I'm ready to accept it into my house.
DJC sounds like a proud papa.
He's like, the sooner the better. The only thing missing, Chuck, is you just going, I'll be there. I'll be there in about 3 hours. That's like a movie. That would be a great movie. DJC and the Go Game Aquarium pickup.
So tomorrow I'm doing a live stream of arcade games, old arcade games.
So what's like what?
That are on the switcheroo. Ordine for one.
Nice.
Let me see if I have the list here. I don't know if
What
I
about Russian Attack?
No. What else is there?
What about Elevator Action?
Sky Skipper, one of Nintendo's very early games.
Okay.
Naughty Boy,
Ooh.
which is fantastic.
Okay.
Guzzler, which is a maze game. I'm doing the arcade version of Crater Maze from TurboGrafx.
Sweet.
I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. It's a Japanese name. It's very long.
Polybius.
Polybius. What else am I doing?
What about X-Ray?
No. It has to be on.
I love your nose. No.
It has to be on the Switch because these are all arcade archive games.
Oh, okay. All right. My latest DJC addiction is sit back and relax again.
I pressed on the wrong one. I'm trying to see if I have them written out on.
I should get out my game and play some Ordine.
Yeah, it's really cool having Ordine on the Switch. It's crazy.
Oh, I bet.
Let's see.
How's the gameplay? Is it good? I mean, is it?
Oh yeah,
good.
I mean, it feels exactly like the a TurboGrafx game, really.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I always pout when playing with because he nabs all the good stuff. That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah, an Ordine. Okay, because you can get money, then you can go shopping.
Yep.
Oh, here I got it right here. The list. So I said Ordine, Sky Skipper, Guzzler, Naughty Boy, and then the Crater Maze arcade game is called Kids Hori Hori Dice Kusen.
Well, of course, it's easy for you.
Tube Panic, Space Cruiser, which is a really fun game, and then Puyan, which might be the only game people have heard of on this list. These are all like oddball games, but Puyan was a pretty classic game.
Okay.
I've got
there are old SNK games like Vanguard and Fantasy.
Yeah, actually on the Switch they also have a collection of Neo Geo games, arcade games.
Ooh.
That'll be another show.
I saw that recently.
But the music in Ordine is great. The music in Crater Maze is really good.
I have both of those, right?
So there was the arcade game that came to TurboGrafx, and it was Crater Maze. It went to PC Engine, and it was a Doraemon game. They switch out all the characters for Doraemon and all friends for some reason. I guess because he's popular. And then there was an NES game for Crater Maze, which looked pretty bad. And then there was a Game Boy version of it too. I have Metal Slug X and King of Fighters 98 on the Switch. I think I have both of those too, Michael Hayes. Because King of Fighters 98 is really good, and Metal Slug X is great. I think Metal Slug X is just Metal Slug 2, right? All fixed up though.
Whoops.
DJC, I love the Doraemon version, PC Engine.
Wow.
I believe it's identical except for some graphical stuff. Like Crater Maze for TurboGrafx has a little treasure chest, and the Doraemon one does not. It looks like, I don't know what they are. It looks like hamburger buns or something. I don't know what they are.
How'd you know what I'm having for dinner after we're done?
There we go. Metal Slug X is just Metal Slug 2 with some changes, some fixes. Pancakes shaped like hamburger buns. But I don't know. I think other than that, I think it's the same game, I believe. Meat cakes. Yeah, they do, Brian. That's why I'm doing these arcade games I picked out are just they're really fun to play. But other than Puyan and the Crater Maze one, I don't think I've heard of. I don't know if I heard of any of these. Oh, and Ordine, of course.
Yeah.
Man, Ordine is such a great version on TurboGrafx.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm eager for you to play that Monster Lair and see what you think.
Yep, I loaded it up. I got it right here. Put
Anxious
it on
for Shark,
TV.
Shark, and Astro Smash on the Switch.
Yeah. There's been no announcement. I mean, other than on Steam, there hasn't been any announcement for those games on anything else that I know of, anyway. Hoping they come. I hope they come this year. I would think so.
Chuck, what's the longest? What's the longest gameplay video you've ever done? I'm just wondering because I want to get back into doing those, and I'm like, how long should I make those? Because I don't know. This is my question. Does everybody out there like seeing somebody playing that's building their skills, or would you rather watch a video of somebody who played a bunch, got their skills back, and now they're playing the game? Oh,
crumble cookies are good.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any left, though. They're all gone.
Ah, crap. I was thinking about going down to Nickel Flicks, and you know what's across the street from Nickel Flicks is Federhofer's Bakery. So you're doing that tomorrow? When are you doing that tomorrow?
7:00. Same time as this show.
All right.
Just tomorrow.
I was wondering when I should start doing Hammer Away. That was my other question, too. 4-hour minimum and swearing. Lots and lots of swearing. Oh, God, I do. I wish there was an F-bomb button on Rocket League, because I drop them, and the closest I can get is SH and the little squigglies, and I throw that out there a lot. Pete, what was the one you threw out the other night? I can't. What was that word? I can't remember. You were playing the Ms. Night Stalker, and you said it. I can't remember. Somebody commented on it even. 4-hour minimum. 4-hour minimum. Okay. So you want to see me build my skills back? Like I want to do. Well, I'd like to play Ordine, and I was never super good at that, but I'm building my skills back on Monster Lair. But the one I really would like to get my skills back on is Bionic Commando for the NES. That was one of my favorites, where I learned how to beat it, and then I kept beating. You get in there, and it takes about 2 hours to beat it. Switch, whichever comes first.
What do you mean, the Amigo games?
Yes, I said a bad word, and no, you didn't. You didn't. So swearing is fine on my challenge. Yeah, it was no, it wasn't a swear word. It was something else. Like I would say, Cocoa Monkeys. Watching Papa Pete play is fun. The longer he plays, the more he drinks and the more entertaining he gets. It's like you're like Johnny Fever. Bionic Commando is even cooler on the Famicom. Really, translated to English. Wow. Yeah. It's kind of interesting with that little Nazi character, that little Hitler character they have in there. Stream or Switch.
Yeah, I'm holding off for the Switch.
Wow. Yeah. That was so weird that somebody was mentioning Jackal, and I was like, man, I wish I would have picked that up the other day at the show, but I wouldn't say Cocoa Monkeys. Oh, nice. She'd get upset. That's right. She would. She'd be like, "What, bitch? Please." Yeah. I've played a little bit of Monster Lair. I haven't put Ordine back in yet to play it. But how much is it out there on the Switch?
$8.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Very good. I wonder how much a TurboGrafx version of that sells for.
That's a good question. Let's see. Let's check the old eBay out.
Yeah. Checking the old eBay.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I don't know. That doesn't seem like that expensive a game. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it is.
Yeah, I mean,
TurboGrafx. Well, this guy's selling Japanese version. Buy it now for $41.
okay.
Here's a North American version. Buy it now for $58.
Okay. Somebody's got one.
Here's a factory sealed for $300.
Oh, good Lord. Oh my God. So I'm looking at everything from a new price for $155, graded price for $170, box only price, box only, manual only for $36. Complete price is $67.75. Loose price is $46.91. So not as much as that Dragon one.
2 sold, 2 complete in case. They both sold for $60 recently. So that sounds like they're going
Nice.
Oh, here's one that sold for $80 and one for $67.
Wow. I see one on first. I guess it's for sale, or no? It was out there in 2022 for $137.50.
So I guess basically you're talking $60 if you want the.
Yeah, depending on what you want with it.
If you want the CD case, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've got that. just makes you think, do I need to keep it? Do I need to get rid of it? Like, if I'm looking at my shelf right now, I see a game that I would like to continue to play is it's called Strange Brigade. And I have the Spider-Man for the PS4 that I haven't played through. I started on the Just Cause 3. The one that I guess I played the most, well, of course, is Uncharted. I even have a Saints Row game I have Saints Row 4 for the PS3, and I'd like to get through that. And Mad Max for the PS4. So there's plenty of stuff. But
I just pulled over the Bloody Wolf ROM.
Oh,
dude. And Chu Man Fu. It's a great puzzle game.
I love that. And I think maybe I mentioned it last week that the guy that I talked to at Mo GameCon said he wanted to. When I asked him if he had any TurboGrafx stuff, he said, "No, I don't." He says, "I'm just getting into it." And he says, I really want to get a copy of Bloody Wolf. I'm like, great game. And then I told him the Toto story.
I don't know if is that very expensive, Bloody Wolf?
Yeah, I don't know. I would probably think yes. Bloody Wolf.
Let's see. Gotta look at the sold ones here. Oh, these are sold. 71, 46, 51, 40. Well, these prices are all over the place.
I was going to say, that's one that I have the box.
The cardboard box?
Mm-hmm. I have everything to it. I have the whole thing.
Well, that would really shoot the price up because all these complete in case, not complete in box. At least none of them are. Oh, here's one showing the box. 162 it sold for.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, just the card only, $30. And then somebody, last month they put one out there. I guess it's sold. I guess it was out there for $20.
Bloody Wolf.
Yeah, it was in the jewel case. $6.
I want to see if I have Chu Man Fu. I don't think I do, unfortunately.
I still really want. What is this?
That's a Dreamcast.
TurboGrafx 16 Duo CD Hue Card Games complete for $175. I don't know what all that means. I don't know. Like, I remember I used to have R-Type as well. It's another game I had.
I've got R-Type. I'm looking at it right here.
Yeah. The Bonk games are what I really want.
I've got the first two.
Really?
The third one's the expensive one.
Yeah.
I do not have Chu Man Fu, unfortunately. That's really expensive, though. I will not be getting that.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what all is in this because I get confused because some people put things out there, but then they have separate prices and stuff. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. There's Monster Lair. And there's Bonk's Revenge. Are all in this thing.
Isn't Bonk 3, isn't that a CD game?
I think so. I'm trying to see this picture and this is for the Turbo Duo. It has Gate of Thunder, Bonk's Adventure, and Bonk's Revenge all on it. That sounds freaking cool. Wow. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't get what all is in this. It just seems like a pretty crazy price for everything it seems that's here. $175? It'd be about $200 total. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Move my office to the basement, maybe. Nah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, they have a lot of CD games. Although I haven't gotten my maybe I'll do that for there's Bloody Wolf as a part of it. Kickboxing.
I've Andre Panza, what's it called?
Yeah.
For I have that one.
Oh, Chuck's got the 3-in-1 CD.
Nice.
Wow. Where did you get that when it was out, or have you found it? Haven't played Just Cause yet. I want to play Castlevania and Metal Gear. Yeah. Yeah. I bought the Castlevania grouping on the Switch. I mean, I'm trying to remember if I started playing it. I just remember very early in my marriage that we were shopping, I think at what was that mall? Is that the North County Mall that we used to go to? That's it was by that the Zips, where we had our little incident at the Zips.
Was that Cross Keys?
No, Cross Keys is up. So it must have been, it was on the south side of 270.
don't know.
Set up in the living room in front of the Go Game Aquarium. Pete likes your other setup. Oh, he had it when he got his Duo back in the day, but picked it up again a few years ago. Oh. All right. Pretty good price, I'm wondering. I mean, if you know, any of my friends out there that are watching tonight, of the millions watching, if you ever find those at a good price, let me know.
So it looks like the fourth Bomberman game is a CD game, but it's a puzzle game, Panic Bomber.
Oh, you love puzzle games.
I do. Panic Bomber was on Bomberman 64, the Japanese version. I just downloaded Bomberman 94, the Japanese game. I'll put that in here.
I got to get into that.
I'm not worried about really collecting anymore. Not this old stuff. It's too easy to emulate.
Well, see, and that's why I mean, I would be just fine. Okay, River Roads. That was probably it then.
Yeah, it could be. That was up north.
Yeah, it was. Because we drove east to get to it from the office, so it was below 270 there, and then we went a little east, or I'm sorry, a little west, and it was there. I used to go in there, and they had the arcade there, and I used to play RoboCop. For flash photography. Oh man. You know what's really weird though, this summer is, I mean, you remember, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm remembering it differently, but were there usually a lot more movies to watch that people were going to go and see in the summer? They were the summer blockbusters. They were, but now, I mean, if you think about it right now, what's out there to watch? Barbie, Flash, and Oppenheimer. It just seems.
Name 3 people who have never been in my kitchen.
Mission Impossible. There's Mission Impossible out there too. Northwest had the arcade. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe there was a something in there that had the RoboCop game. Yeah. See, there you go. Oh yeah. Dial of Destiny. Yeah.
I've been going through a bunch of TurboGrafx and PC Engines videos trying to figure out the best ones to download. Because these are games. I mean, God, it would cost you tens of thousands to buy all these. It's like,
absolutely. I mean, that's
heck with that. I've got like close to 40 games. That's pretty good for TurboGrafx.
Yep, absolutely.
And unless I come into a lot of money, I won't be buying many more.
Because you got Dragon Spirit, right?
I don't remember. I put a box back over there.
Because there was that whole list that Emma put out there last week. I haven't seen Emma tonight, or Miss So, or
right. Maybe they've had enough.
That doesn't happen, does it?
I thought I heard one of them say Dunzo.
Dunzo. Did you ever heard of a movie called Nunzio? Yeah. It's kind of, it was an old, I think it came out in the late 70s. And it was a special needs guy, and he would play like he was a superhero. So it was one of those movies that was that I watched when we got cable. Like when The Spy Who Loved Me came out, we got cable when The Spy Who Loved Me hit cable. So that was 1978, 79. Crazy.
So there you go. It's just while we're there talking, I put Bomberman 94 on my computer and Panic Bomber.
Outstanding. I was noticing that they had for the was it the Evercade? They had a cart that you can get that had Dragon Spirit on it.
Yeah, what was that?
Is it a Namco collection?
Dragon Spirit. Was that by Namco? Let's see.
I'm trying to remember which one it was. Nunzio was a WWF lightweight who started as Little Guido in WCW.
Dragon Spirit was Namco, so it's probably on the Namco collection, which
I think it was the Namco collection. Was it
will only play on the handhelds?
See, and I can't play it on my VS. So I have to do a deep dive to know what I can get and what I can't get.
You can get everything but the 2 Namco collections. They're the only 2 that don't work on the
That's
VS.
terrible. That is terrible. Had Woolworth. That was awesome. Yeah, Woolworth was pretty cool. They had
I remember going to River Road when I was a little kid. Yeah. They closed up pretty early, though.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I even have the book about Nunzio. I have the book that the movie was based on. It's going to tell you someone on Rumble also thought Jeff should be upstairs in front of the GoGame, but I realized it was me.
The thing that sucks right now on Rumble, I can't merge the chats. So it's literally 2 different chats going on right now.
Wow.
So that kind of stinks.
That do stink. How long's Rumble been around?
A few years.
Okay.
I posted videos on there a long, long time ago and nothing.
Hey, has Pete, have you played the Masters of the Universe game that you had on there for the, how do you pronounce it? Intelligent? I don't know. What do you call it? How do you spell that?
Intelligent Vision? Is that the one he just had on?
Yeah. Have you played the Masters of the... It seems to me maybe I showed up for one of your shows and maybe you had just finished, or I don't know. I just was wondering if you'd played it. And how was that? I'm curious. I turned off Rumble. Yeah, you have 2 GoGameGo channels on Rumble.
No, I don't have 2 channels. It's really confusing. It's 1 channel, 1 account. The channels within the account. It's really goofy.
Yes, we've all played Master of the Universe. It's pretty good. Great music. All right.
Pete's already done with Rumble.
I've had it.
Pete showed up in the chat over there and said, Pete, get back to YouTube.
They booted him. They booted his drunk ass. Get him out. He's got better beer than we do. Get him out of here.
Masters of the Universe. Okay, I remember that game. It was, I think it was all right, wasn't it? It's been a while.
Yeah. That's cool. Who won? Do you remember? Either you or Pete, do you remember who won?
I don't.
Or Chuck, if Chuck's still here.
I don't remember who won.
Poppy, did you Masters of the Universe box? Did your Master of the Universe box comic book in it? I think he just bought. I think you just played it on the emulator, right? You didn't have the actual game, or does he? I guess he does, doesn't he? Because he's got them all.
Pete has it.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah.
How the heck did I play it? Do I have that game?
Yeah. Well, do you have that same emulator he had last night?
No, that's his.
That is his
Ultimate Flashback.
Gotcha. I do not have the comic book. He wishes he did. No, not there either. Huh. I wonder if you can you let's see if we can find it out there. Universe.
Pete, how did I play that game? Because I did play it. Is it on? Oh, how the heck did I play Masters of the Universe? I don't have the game.
Weird.
Oh, slice idea. I played that. That's funny.
Weird.
How the heck? I need to go back and watch that.
And figure out how you played it.
Because that was a long time ago. I didn't have this emulator set up for that.
Wild.
It's not on my list, Pete.
Huh.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you're right. I have it. LTO Flash. That's right. That makes sense.
I wonder if they have that on. Let's see if they have that out there. Looking for all this stuff. I mean, PDFs, blah, 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 all that stuff.
For what?
Just for all the different old, like I have an old, one of those little big books. Did you ever have any of those? They were little, like comic novels.
I don't think so.
They lots of type, and then one page would have an illustration on it. But it was only about this big, but it was about that. It was always about an inch fat. Although I had a Mickey Mouse one, which was like 2 inches fat. It was a classic old one. And it was, and so they were cool, but I have a Space Ghost one, and it's got one page missing. So I went out there looking for the PDF, and I couldn't find it. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't find it. But there's this place out there called XOXO Comics, and I'm wondering if they have that He-Man comic out there. But I can't get to this website. I don't know why. So anyway, all the searches, that's all I'm getting at. So many things to search, so many things to find. But anyway.
Yeah, my old son's been getting really into retro games. He's getting some systems, getting some games. He's got a Dreamcast on the way. He's all excited. I think he's getting a Neo Geo Pocket as well, I believe.
Really?
He's got a Saturn. And he bought some kind of an upscaler. It's not a retro tank. It's something else he got off of. Where did he get it off of? AliExpress, I think. But he's got the Saturn down there, and he was running Saturn Bomberman through this thing, and it was just perfect. It looked like, well, he was using a component cable from the Saturn to this upscaler.
Okay.
And the upscaler then was using HDMI. And it looked like it was just running straight from an HDMI. I mean, the video was just the game was perfect. It was so crisp and clean.
Wow.
I need to get one of those because
wow,
looked amazing. I told him, I said, we need to do another Bomberman tournament with that thing and record it because it looks amazing.
That's awesome. I just remember, I always do that. I always say that. I always remember you guys playing on Thanksgiving when I stopped by that time. I was like, ooh.
Oh, yeah. Those were great. Great times.
Oh, man. I'm trying to see if I can get to this page. I can't seem to get in. I don't know what the problem is.
Oh, man. The show's almost over. How about that?
I know, right? Yeah. So I came up with a couple of ideas today, got some interviews I'm going to try to work on to get rolling on the show. Now I don't know why I can't find this XOXO comics on its own. It's so weird. It shows up in a million different places. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. But I was checking out this. I am in Canada, where English and French items aren't that unusual, so I didn't think much of it until I learned that this comic, He-Man the Power Sword, is totally different from all the others I've ever seen in the Intellivision box, which is King of Castle Grayskull. Very interesting.
Yeah, I thought I got to double check, but I thought Tug chewed up my power cord going from my television, which really sucks because that's hardwired in there.
Right.
But for whatever reason, my power cord for my Nintendo 64 was under this desk in that same spot. And Nathan was trying to check something out because he got a Nintendo 64 and some stuff.
Uh-huh.
So we're testing out the game. We brought it up here on this TV, and we plugged it in, and the game didn't work. But my system powered on. But then when I unplugged it, I looked, and that cord was completely chewed apart. Somehow it was still working. Everything was exposed, though. I didn't realize it.
Wow.
But I'm hoping that's what Tug chewed, and not the Intellivision cord, because at least that is a much cheaper replacement because it's not hardwired into the 64. So
unbelievable.
That'll be a much easier replacement.
Wow.
He likes eating stuff.
He likes, of all the things, he just likes to eat stuff.
He's like a goat.
He's like a goat.
He'll sneak in like a stick from outside. Yesterday, he brought in a rock that we didn't know because it was like, I don't know, it was a decent sized rock, but it was in his mouth. No one knew.
Sure.
And he laid down next to me, and I heard him crunching. It's like, what do you have in your mouth? I had to open it up and like kind of shake him a little bit to get the fall out.
Yeah.
And so it popped out, and I picked up. I'm like, this is a rock. You are chewing on a rock.
Yeah.
You're not going to get very far on this thing.
Yeah, my dog has done the same thing.
I was yelling in the basement because it was still my Nintendo 64 AC adapter. And I don't want to get another one, which I'm going to have to now. And then, but I want to get an official Nintendo one, and those will probably be more expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Let's check. I'm going to check something on my phone real quick, and I can't think of what the hell it was. Something on the screen made me think of it, and I can't think of it now. I don't know. I just turned it on, and now I can't think of what I wanted to do. Holy crap! It's 20. You're right. It's 28. Did you have dinner yet tonight?
Yeah, we just had some frozen pizza.
Sweet. I didn't have dinner yet tonight.
Yeah, so whoever's still watching, tune in tomorrow, same time. I'll be doing some old arcade games. They're pretty cool. I know most of them nobody's probably heard of. I hadn't heard of most of them either, to be honest. But I tried them out, and I really liked them. So it'll be fun to try some arcade games that you just don't see very often.
Mm-hmm.
Retro Blitz Gaming. Nice timing. Did you just get here, or have you been hanging out in chat for a while? Retro Blitz Gaming just hit you're over 1,000 subs now. He's got a great channel. Go check him out.
That's awesome.
As you can tell, he does a lot of retro stuff. It's built right into his name.
I will have to do that.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's got a great channel. Just got here. I don't know what part of the country you're from, Retro Bliss. We start 7 p.m. Central, and we go to 8:30 Central. We used to go a really long time, but after a while you have to go to the bathroom. So
yeah,
decided to cut it to an hour and a half.
Yeah, life calls. Here it is, Retro Bliss Gaming.
Yeah. Hey, Retro Bliss, if you're able to, show up tomorrow on the channel.
Yeah.
7 p.m. Central.
I just subscribed.
There you go, Retro Bliss. You got a new sub.
Ta-da, ta-da.
What's up, Retro Bliss? Hey, and Television Gamer, where have you been all night? Better than chewing on Iran. Okay, Cincinnati. Hey, there's a great radio station in Cincinnati. I don't know if you ever listened to it.
What's it called?
The Big KRP. That's what it is.
That is exactly what it is. Could you believe that? Did you? I had that picture I showed you guys from that shop clearance. Shop for clearance is what it's called. Shop for clearance. I don't think it's .com. But yeah, they had a copy of WKRP for what was it? $7 or something?
I can't wait for mine to show up. Oh, wait a minute. Our buddy JWD's from Cincinnati too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's who also has my back on the music stuff, and I haven't seen JWD here.
I think because I think I asked him if there was anything WKRP related in the town. Because that'd be cool.
And then also the last thing I will say is I was checking this thing out. Oh, it's not gonna. I can't get it just right. Anyway, it's a Retro Swap Midwest is sponsoring Filthy Games Room and Filthy Games Room. $5 to play. They're doing a Mario Kart 64 tournament on 8/19 at 7 p.m. in St. Charles. It's on 3479 Newtown Boulevard in St. Charles. There's a cash prize for the winner.
Retro Bliss said, I was hoping GoGameGo would win YouTuber of the month. Yeah, Bliss voted. He voted for us. That was very nice of him.
Very nice. Yeah. Yep. There was a lot of good ones out there.
Yeah.
A lot of good choices. Lots of good ones.
All right, I guess that'll do it for tonight.
That'll do it.
All right. And, I'll be back tomorrow, same time, playing some arcade games. It'll be fun.
Cool. And I'll be back. I'll be seeing what I'm going to do with that.
Excellent.
As I get a little closer, I'll keep firing up the video, and I'll be working on it. So hopefully it turns out the way I want it to, whatever that is. So
that's right. We stopped through Cincinnati on the way out. We went to Skyline Chili.
Very nice.
See ya.
See ya. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys.
Everybody.
We're out of here. Pete already gamed gone us, so we got to go.
He did. He done did it.
All right.
Da-da-da.
All right. Thanks, Kurt.
Yep. All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Peter.
Have a great rest of the evening and sleep well. And Jeff, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
We're out of here. See ya.